All right, jumping back in here to attendance incentives. So first thing we're going to talk about is rewarding that attendance. So when they are there, let's give them some points for being there, for participating, for doing homework, for whatever we can give them points for. Let's give them points while they are there, while they're with us live. So we can use some tech-heavy tools to assign points, like Class Dojo or Classcraft. We can also use some simple low-tech options to give those points. We can use Google Sheets. We can make tally marks on a piece of paper. We can use tickets via Google Slides. We can do a couple different things to kind of give those points. But then eventually, ideally, those points will lead to some sort of reward. So, of course, if they were here in person, we might give them something tangibly. We can't do that. What we can give them still some kind of like extra credit points. We can have them have some simple rewards like picking the story, having lunch with the teacher. You can give a positive phone call home at a certain amount of points. And there are like 100 more ideas in that link where it says more ideas here. So any of those ideas where we can give make those points lead to something positive, some kind of reward, that's what we should try and do. We can also increase our attendance incentive by making it really fun to be there. So we can host competitions with our different classes or with different small groups. So that way they only get to participate in the contest when they show up live. So that's going to be one way to kind of get them to then want to show up live. So again, rewards points that can come from this previous slide. Think about what kind of games maybe you want to play with them to kind of get those competitions going. But all of that can be thought and found above. We can also do fun Fridays. You can do fun any days, but I just pick fun Fridays. We could have a pet parade, a spirit day, a flashlight Friday where you make a fort and they kind of show, they read their story in their fort. We can do virtual field trips. And there are other ideas in that link too. So making it really fun to be in your class when they're there. Lastly, we can also increase our positive interactions with our kids. So what would they be getting from us if they were here in person? And how do we want them to feel when they leave our class if they were really with us? So ideally, we want them to feel really good. We want them to leave our class feeling great. They may not leave our Google Meets feeling that way. So how can we get more positive feelings out of those Google Meets? So we can do so by helping our kiddos reconnect with school. We need to have a chance to reestablish our connection with our kids through full and small group Google Meets whenever we can. We need to reestablish our schedule. So we need to make sure they know our schedule, our contact information, and they know exactly when our Google Meets are so they can join as often as possible so they have that information so we know that they know what's going on. And lastly, we can reestablish our support. So tell us, let them know how you can help, And again, it doesn't have to be via Google Meets, but that's going to be our best way to get the quickest answers to our questions and for them to get the quickest answer to their questions. So we need to reestablish kind of how we can use that tool to support our students. So to go back through it, how can we spice up our Google Meets? We can increase our student-focused activities, we can increase our attendance incentives, and we can increase our positive interactions. Thanks so much for listening. I hope some of this was valuable to you. I have linked my other tech bites. The other 6 are linked around this slide. So I'm going to have these slides included in the presentation that I send out, in the Google form I send out. So if you click on any of those buttons, that'll take you to the previous tech bites that I have had in the past. And I'll continue to kind of make sure all the old ones are with whatever the new one is as I keep making them going forward. Thanks so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Send me an email, send me a text. Let me know what I can do to support you and your kiddos.